Today we are going to show how works for 25 colors Aurora experiment, our com check and adjustment, and we develop all auto. So what we have to do now is just select whatever we want. We can select multiple if we want, but for this presentation we present just one, and then click auto adjustment. Flowlogic go through, does all the settings for you, does data reduction as well. So, and here you can see that start to load all the permutation. We display when it's finished. We can change permutation. Is doing the automatic setting. These automatic settings is related to each specific machine. So we have one setting for BD, one setting for Aurora, one setting for Minteni, and this automatic. And the process for these type of files, so the files is 750,000 event roughly at the beginning. So now we did a reduction on the file just to simplify the process of compensation. We have developed the auto adjustment for the gates, so the gates are moving toward the end and adjust. Meantime the process execute, the user can visualize the data and they can interfere with the process as well. We don't suggest that. We think that we let Flowlogic to finish the process and then we check eventually the result. But meantime Flowlogic run, you can the user can scroll, open the side row, fix whatever you want to fix. This is your compensation. If you need an adjustment, you can adjust your compensation. So you can, the user is in full control of the process. And the process that we suggest is to let Flowlogic to do all auto, and then eventually you can go back and manually check, readjust, eventually improve the compensation. It can be, if you think that the compensation can be improved. We can change the minimal number of events, because whatever you see invalid means that doesn't match the minimum number of events. So we don't have 300 events. Again, the MFI, the optimum MFI for our compensation, we set up for this specific machine 300. We did test and we can go down to 100 very easily, but we think that this is a process of 300 is already a good result. Here you can maintain the process is running. You can click and check what is going on in the process. So we can see that now we start to have a lot of greens. So all the yellow get adjustment and you can get adjusted, and you can see that the gate, the tendency of the gate is moving toward the end of the data. Yeah, you can see just the movement now for this gate. We take another few minutes to get all done. And when the process is finished, everything will be closed, because this is a process that we think can be done sequentially for multiple files. So here we select just one file and we execute only the process for one file, so all the auto is executed for one. But if you select 3 or 4 files, we'll execute sequentially. We do a little cleaning before to start the process, so we run compensation check on clean data. We try to remove all the doublets. This is the mainly process that we are doing. You can see now that we start to have almost everything green, so almost everything is done now. We have just a few, and you can see that when we adjust one permutation, the other all permutation in reality get adjusted. It's not just in for one permutation. Process is nearly finished, and at this point depend of the computer that you have, but it's reasonable for these type of files from 10 to 15 minutes top to get the full compensation checked and adjusted. We have another cell get fixed. So now, okay, something come back during the update. Yep, if we want to go and see the one that get adjusted, we can go and see one to get adjusted. We can stop the process if we want, if we think that we are okay with what we have. Can stop the process, just click stop and wait till Flowlogic, just check the box and wait till Flowlogic finish to clean up all the data, because all the plots get removed at the end, because we have on the screen something like 400 plot. And here, yeah, looks like that we are, no, something again to get adjusted. We can go and check, see minor adjustment. This is the one that is, we click, it's getting bold the top. Yeah, now I did the final adjustment for this, and now looks like that there is something else that got adjusted. This is the process of compensation, so you adjust something in one side and something else change. We were getting there, very close now. Yeah, we finished the process FlowLogic now remove all the plot, and you can see that start to close all the plot. We have to close 500, 600 plot. And then after we finish, we FlowLogic again, finish the process, clean up the system and reset the file with the original size. And now the file contains the compensation. So we have the new compensation, and we can see that we have just a couple of spots above 20%. This is our threshold. We can reduce the threshold, so allowed us to see the spots above. So it did an adjustment everywhere, 1 or 2%, but not a dramatic adjustment. So now what we can do, if we want to verify, we do manual process. So we add the selected, we select the 60,000 and we apply the reduction, or we can go for 100,000. This is just a review of what we did. Rebuild all the permutation, and you can see that some permutation get yellow because the gate was set auto adjust. So move the gate get moved toward the end. So now the gate restarts again at the beginning where it was. So it's the manual process. Here we have again the default setting for Aurora is set again, and we can set here whatever we want at the end. Minimum event, you can see invalid. So we have some areas where the gate doesn't get the minimum event, so we are not able to extract this event. When the process is finished, we can go and check the yellow eventually. So in this way, we will be able to verify if we need an extra adjustment. There are two options here. One option is just scrolling and visualize your data. And if you think that is correct, it's okay. The other option is just select and say, okay, is this okay? This is correct, is in the way that one. If you are not happy, you just open the side row and you can do an adjustment and match. So up to you. So when you finish your check, just click finish and FlowLogic will change everything. Now, if you want to rerun the data and say, okay, but I want 200 instead of 300. You can just set up this 200 and you want to run, let's say, with 100. So in this way, you want to use the data available in a different way. And then you click adjustment and FlowLogic start the process again. And we'll try to go through and fix all the permutation. Okay, we finish here. Thank you.